Okay, so welcome again to another part of our Module 2 discussion, which is all about your equilibrium of a particle. Okay, so in the last part is we have discussed with coplanar force system. So nakabalo na ta that the summation of forces along x and the summation of forces along y should be equal to 0 in order for us to solve static equilibrium ng mga problems, di ba? So now let's continue our discussion with three-dimensional force system. All right, so this is the same topic, almost the same topic with the previous one. Ang napuno ra diri is natay x, y, and z. Okay, so natay x, y, and z. So kabalo ra ta. Okay, let's just recall that the easiest way for us to solve this kind of problems dapat naka-component form siya. But now, since we are talking with Cartesian system or three-dimensional system, is dapat kabalo ka unsa ani mo pa express ang isa ka force into its ijk components. So unsa man usually ang atong magamit diri nga concept based sa atong module 1. So ang imong magamit diri usually is si katong force directed along a line, gani katong the step is you identify kinsa si head, then kinsa si tail, and then you get the position vector. Then after that is you get the unit vector, and then you multiplied it by the magnitude, and then na kay ijk sa imuhang given nga force. Then mo tay mo gamiton, di ba? Mo tay gamiton nimo sa imuhang solution. Okay, so in this lesson is we just going to do the same, that the summation of forces should be equal to 0, but again natay mapuno nga z. Okay, dara, that is your summation of forces x should be equal to 0, summation of forces y is equal to 0, and the summation of forces z is equal to 0. And I guess it's up for you to recall kung saan to siya, especially katong force directed along a line gani nga topic. Okay, so you review that, and then we know already that we have a sign convention for three-dimensional, diba? We have your positive I, we have your positive j, and we have your positive k. So we should be able to visualize. Okay, mo yun ay pinaka siguro the hardest part of this lesson is how to visualize. Okay, so we need to visualize properly the geometry of a given force system. Okay, again, ma-apply hapon nato diri ang ato ang mga tension. Okay, the tension is always away, mga springs, mga cables, and all. So that's it. That is our equations of equilibrium. So now let's go with this example. So a 90-pound load is suspended from the hook. Now, if the load is supported by two cables and a spring having a stiffness K, determine the force in the cables and the stretch of the spring for equilibrium. So we have cable AD, so that is lying on the XY plane, and your cable AC that is lying on XZ plane. Okay, so I guess you have already na-imagine na mo siya. Okay, na-imagine na mo siya. So now let's proceed with our solution. Alright, so here in this example is pwede nakawala kay free body diagram, di ba? Di ba before sa itong mga discussions na free body diagram tayo, especially if that is two-dimensional. But here in three-dimensional is pwede wala as long as matagingon nga you can imagine. Okay, katong laging mapiyong ka niya, imagine lang ka. Okay, so manginana lang yung mga, again, you need your analyzing skills, especially in this geometry. Okay, based on the figure above is we are given with the 90 pounds load that is suspended from the hook. So we know that nga sa ato ang forces along x, we have your directional ta, that is your summation of directional sa ato summation of forces x. Dito nang tamo drawing. I guess maka-imagine naman siguro mo na. Okay, so summation of forces x is equal to 0. So tanan nga na I. Okay, so tanan nga na I. So let's solve first our F. We have your FAB, we have your FAD, and we also have your FAC. Now we have three equations here. Summation of forces y is equal to 0, summation of forces z is equal to 0. So diri is tanan nga na I, tanan nga na ay j, og diri kang tanan nga na ay k. Alright. So this is K. So our force AB, that is a spring. Okay, that is a spring. And that is, if you can observe, okay, if you can observe, that is going away from the, going away. Naa siya sa along the y-axis, di ba? So obviously 0 ang iyang I, then ang iyahang F AB is muna directly ang imuhang J, di ba? That is your y component. Then mula po siya ay Z, because again nara siya sa atong y-axis. Then how about your FAD? We have your FAD, we have lying along the XY plane. So when we say XY plane, wala siya Z component. So 0, K. Sorry, this is not J, but this is K. 0, K. And this is also 0, K. So how can we determine your FAD here? Okay, so we have here your Y. Okay. Let's just make it as your X component, your Y component, and your Z component. So we have here your FADX I, we have your FADY J, diri is Y po ni siya, and then we have 0X. Okay, so wala na siya. The next is, how about your AC? Okay, how about your AC? So in the figure, gingon siya nga that is lying on the XZ plane. So therefore, wala siya Y. So therefore, we have here your 0J. How about your K? Okay, your K now would be FAC, that's FACZK. Okay, and then we have here your FACXI. That's I. That's I. Okay. So IJ and K. So now unknown na sila tanan. Okay, unknown na tanan. So pila to unknowns. We have 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 unknowns and we have here 3 equations. So obviously matrabaho na ni nato siya. Okay. So what else? We have here the weight. The weight now is acting downward. That is 90 pounds. So therefore, kung downward na siya, that would be 0I. That would be 0J minus. Okay? That is minus. Nga na minus man. Because again, that is downward force. Alright? So that is downward force. So this would be 90 K pounds. So obviously, this would be pounds. This would be pounds. This would be pound, and this would be pounds. Alright, so next step. Wala na siya, hindi na siya kinahanglan. So let's proceed here. So tanan nga na I would be your summation of forces X. So we have your first working equation, equation 1. Your summation of forces X is equal to 0. So kinsa may na ay mga I diri, we have this, we have this. So therefore, your FAD X plus isa pa AC, FAC, that's FAC X, wala na, diba? So that would be summation is equal to 0. So therefore, this would be our equation number 1. Okay, next is, let's proceed with equation number 2. That is your summation of forces Y is equal to 0. Again, masayon yun mo siya if naka-component form. So the nga case is we have your FAB and your FAD. So we have FAB Y plus FADY, wala na tayo lahabilin, so that is 0. So this would be our equation 2. So how about our equation 3? That is the summation of forces Z is equal to 0. So kinsa may na ay mga Z dire, we have your FAC, okay, FAC and your 90 pounds. So therefore this would be your FACZ minus 90, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. So therefore your FACZ is equal to 90 pounds. So automatic na din tayo FACZ. Okay, the Z component of your FAC. Base sa figure. Base sa figure, di ba? So nanatay AC diretso. Now, if we have your AC, the Z component of your FAC is masolve na din nato si FAC, your X component. Di ba? Your X component is masolve na din nato diretso. Kaya naman tayo sa babaw. Because if we are going to draw this triangle, okay? Because again, that is right triangle base sa figure. This would be your negative x-axis. Diba? That is negative x-axis. Okay, palikod man na siya. So, it's up to you to notice. So, this would be negative x. This would be your positive z. Okay, that would be your positive z. Okay, pababa man. Therefore, this would be 90 pounds. Then, we are given with the slope. Diba? We are given with the slope. This is 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, okay, if this is 90, okay, if this is 90, pila ang atong x? Okay, by ratio and proportion, that would be 3 over 4 is equal to 90 over x. Okay, kanang negative is ato lang na siya ikuan because nihinta nga negative is the direction. But since we need the value, this would be x is equal to 4 times 90 over 3. This would be 120 pounds. Therefore, this would be our FACX. So therefore, if ato ni siya ikuan sa babaw, okay, dara. By ratio or proportion na ni siya based sa slope nga given sa babaw, okay, kana nga given. So therefore, your FAC is negative 120. Sorry. Ano negative? Because again, naa siya sa negative x direction. Okay, now if we are going to solve this one, ato siya express, mahimong sa FAC is equal to 120, negative 120i plus 90k. Therefore, this would be our FAC. Next, how can we solve the other unknowns? We have your asa man ta pwede magamit. Okay. So we can solve your FAD here. 'Di ba? Using your equation 1, substituting the value of your AC, 'di ba? Your AC is negative 120. So therefore, your FADX is equal to positive 120 pounds. Okay? That is based on equation number 1. Next, if we have your FADX, how can we solve your FADY? Okay? How can we solve your FADY? Tara. This is your FADY. We need, okay, your FADY is just equal to the negative of FADY. But how can we solve your FAB? Base sa figure na sa taas. Okay? Base sa figure nga na sa taas, we can solve your FAD. Okay? Si FAD daw, if you are going to draw this triangle, top view. Okay? Diba we are given with this angle 30 degrees. Again, this is a positive Y direction. Okay? And this is your positive X direction. Okay? Since we have the value of your FADX, okay? Your FADX daw is 120 pounds. Diba? So, automatic, we can solve the value of this Y. By how? We can solve that using your tangent 30 degrees. That is opposite 120 over your adjacent, that is Y. Therefore, your Y, okay, your Y is equal to 120 over tangent 30. So therefore, this would be 207.8461. I will just store this to A. Okay, I'll store this to A. And then take note that this is on the negative y direction, so this would be negative 207.8461. Alright, so we have already the value of your FAD. So therefore, the I, we have this FAD. Your FAD now would be equal to, what is our X component? Our X component is 120 pounds. Okay, that is positive 120 pounds. I. And we have your J component, that is the Y component, that is negative. Okay, that is negative 207, so that is not positive. So this is negative 207.846 J. And that is our answer. So now, we can now solve for the remaining unknown. Kinsa naman lang, that is your FAB. Y. And again, usara man siya because again, that is acting on the negative direction, negative Y direction. Okay, so we have your FAD here. Kani siya FAD, we have your FAC, so si FAB na lang. So ngano Y raman siya because again, that is acting on the positive Y direction. So sure ka nga positive na siya. Anyway, depende kung positive ba yun. So we need, using the equation 2, we have your FADY. Kinsa man nato FADY dire? FADY dara. This is our FADY. That is negative 207. Therefore, if this is negative of the negative 207.8461, therefore our FABY, which is also our FAB, kasi siya raman usa, so that is equal to 207.8461. And that is our final answer. That is 207.8461. Okay, so this is FAB, that is that is 207.846. Since Y raman siya, that is J. And therefore, this is our final answer. Okay? But then again, I don't know if that is the question. The question is, determine the force in the cables and the stretch of the spring. So we have here the cables. So this is a cable. So we just need to solve for the magnitude para makakuha ta og magnitude. So the square root of 120 squared minus 207 squared, that is 240 pounds. That is the force exerted by cable AD. How about kating isa? That is 120 squared, 90 squared. This is 150 pounds. Dire, sure ka, that is 207.846 pounds. But the question is, what is the stretch of the spring? Now, if you can recall, sa atong previous nga part, we have this equation that the force on the spring is just equal to your Ks. And remember that this is your stiffness. Okay? Hello. Mic test, mic test. Okay, so we have it this equation sa babaw. Wait sa. that your stiffness is just your K, okay, that is your K, and your S is your deformation, or usually that is called as your stretch, okay, kung pila ang gideform sa imuha nga spring. Alright, now based on the given above, okay, we are given with your K. Your K daw is equal to 500 pound per feet. Okay, now the question is, what is the stretch in the spring? So we have here your stretch, and please take note that I have stored this value. Okay, kaninga value is nakastore sa A, so let me just equate that to A. So therefore your S now is just equal to A over 500. So therefore, what is the stretch in the spring? That is A over 500. Therefore, our answer is 0.4157 feet. Okay, that is 4157 feet. Or let me just convert that to inches. We have about 12 inches in a feet. So times 12. This is equal to 4.988 inches. Okay, so let's just check if our answers are correct. Okay, so we have here 150. Let's check. We have here for our force C, or our force AC. Our force AC is equal to 150 pounds, so we're correct. FD is equal to 240 pounds. Our FB, or our FAB, is 207.8, so that is correct again. Dara, 207, or this is 240. So we have the stretch in the spring, that is 0.4157 feet, and our stretch is kana siya. So ako lang siya i-convert to inches. But then again, our answer is correct. Okay, nasa baba. So that's it. That is our example number 2. So actually, medyo same na gyud process. That is only summation of forces X, summation of forces Y, and the summation of forces Z. So next is a 10 kilogram lamp is suspended from the 3 equal length cords. Determine its smallest vertical distance S from the ceiling if the force developed in any cord is not allowed to exceed 50 Newton. Okay, so almost the same katong, I don't know if naka-recall mo sa atong previous nga mga examples nga naay limit ang ato ang cable, meaning dapat dili siya molapas og 50 Newton kaya nga naman maputol man siya. Okay? So let's solve. So we are given that this is example 26. Okay. We are given that the maximum tension is equal to 50 Newton. Alright? So that is 50 Newton. So we have the weight. The weight is equal to 10 kilograms. Or let's just have the weight. So that's 10 times 9.81. So that is obviously equal to 10 times 9.81. That is 98.1 Newton. So if we are going to do summation of forces, okay, lato tagsa-tagsaon, wala naman siguro tayong need given diha aside sa, okay, ako na drawing ang circle, assuming circle na siya, okay na. So that is 120 from the figure is kabalo kang that is divided equally. Okay, because this is 360 divided by 3, that is 120. Therefore, this is 120, this is 120, this is 120. So, equal length chords na sila. So, let's just see kung mag-analyze ka ba. If imo siya i-analyze, makaingon kang ay equal rang ilang mga forces, diba? So, let's just check if sakto ba ang ato ang hypothesis ba tawag na? Okay, hindi ko sure. So, yun na. So, let's proceed here with our solution. Alright? So let's do summation of forces X is equal to 0. So now if we are going to base a figure, we have two forces, FA. Okay, we have your FA, we have your FB, and we have your FC. Again, the first step should always be imo express ang mga forces into its IJK. So we have here your FAXI plus FAYJ plus FAZK, and we also have FBXI plus FBYJ plus FBZK, FCXI, okay, kapoy, plus FCYJ plus FCZK. So dapat nakainganan na ato ang mga forces nga gamiton. So the problem now is how are we going to express all these forces into its component form using the figure above. So we can just use the concept of maybe we can use the concept of what? We have direction angles, diba? Our direction angles is kabalo ka nga C. Okay, let's start with A. Kanang A sa babaw. Diba our atong line A from the x-axis, okay? From the x-axis, that is 600 mm. Okay. Okay, so ato siya i-verify, diba? Nakingon ta before that ato i-verify if the same ba ang mga forces. But since imo siya ingon, diba? Ingon sa problem that is equal length. Okay? That is equal length. Three equal length nga mga chords. So therefore, if imo na siya analyze, whatever force nga gi-exert ni FA kanang sa babaw, that would also be the same force nga exert ni B. Okay, so equal length man na sila, so dapat equal forces po na sila. Now, if you are going to do summation of forces X, okay, if we are going to do summation of forces X is naamantay A sa babaw, natay A dire, then naputay X dito sa B, naputay X dire ni C. But then again, CC, okay, if you can notice, CC is wala siya X, di ba? Now, if you can see, si A ug si B is mag-equal na sila. So, whatever X's ni mo diya, mas zero lagi gihapon na siya. So, if you are going to investigate that further, si X ug si Y is zero na gina siya always. Okay? Meaning, along X and along Y, static equilibrium na ang setup. Now, asan naman lang magamitan nimo dire in order to determine ang ato ang S kanang height. Okay? Ang ato ang vertical distance. So obviously, napatay mahabiling equation that is your summation of forces Z. Okay, so summation of forces Z nga naman because we have ang atong given diha nga isa is we have the weight. Okay. Then since equal man na sila tanan, okay, equal man na tanan ang ato ang AB og C. So we have FBC, pababaw man sa tanan, that is FAZ plus FBZ plus FCZ minus the weight that is equal to 0. But since again, kani sila tulo is equal na sila, so we can just make it as 3 FAZ minus W is equal to 0. So 3 FAZ is equal to your weight, that is 98.1 Newton. So what is our FAZ in this case? Diba? What is our FAZ? Take note that we are given with the maximum weight, that is our FA, that is equal to 50, that is equal to FB, that is equal to FC. And this is the maximum weight nga kaya niya i-cater sa babaw. Okay, that is FA is equal to 50. Okay, since equal man sila tulo, that is also equal to FP and your FC. Because again, 50 is atong maximum nga load nga gi-allow sa atong cord. Okay, that is 50 Newton. So, how are we going to solve our z component? Okay, our z component. Now, based on the figure above, okay, based ka na nga figure, is we can solve, how can we express s in terms of unknown, di ba? Our z is, I don't know if naka-notice mo, na siya ay triangle. Okay, we have here, oops, nata there is 600 mm. We also have here your s. Okay, we have here your s. And then nanadiri ang ato ang hypotenuse. Okay, and we know that this hypotenuse here is 50 Newton. Okay, that is 50 Newton. Now, how can we solve your 50 Newton? Okay, so that is cosine gamma, diba? If you can notice, this is from the distance from the vector towards the positive z-axis, and this is our gamma, diba? That is our gamma. And how can we solve your gamma? So our gamma in that case is simply what? So na siya. We can solve that using our 3FAZ, okay, is equal to 38.1 Newton. So therefore our FZ is 38.1 over 3. And that is equal to 38.1 divided by 3. That is 12.7. But then, if you can recall, di ba? Sa ato ang previous nga topic, we have your, we have here your f, di ba? We have your fx is equal to f cosine alpha. Your fy is equal to f cosine beta, and we have your fc, that is f cosine gamma. So therefore ato ni magamit kani nga expression, that is fz f cosine gamma. But then kabalota nga si f is 50, that is our maximum load. So therefore this would be f cosine gamma, di ba? So therefore what is our gamma? Assuming knowing that f is equal to 50 Newton. Therefore, this would be 12.7 over 50. Okay, r cosine of the quantity. That is pila? That is 90. Okay, that is 38.1. Sorry, this is not 38. Sorry, this is 98. Sorry, this is 98. Okay. This is 98.1. This is 98.1. Okay, so this is cosine. Ako na siya isuwat diretso kay nalipat po ko. Okay. So this would be FZ is equal to 98.1 over 3, and that is equal to, ako na siya i-delete. Okay. So this would be pila? 98.1 divided by 3, that is equal to 32.7. And this is equal to f cosine gamma. And knowing that our f is equal to 50, therefore cosine gamma, okay, our cosine gamma now is equal to 32.7 over 50. Now what is our gamma in this case? That is r cosine of 32.7 over 50. That is equal to 49 5.1561 degrees. So, nanatay gamma, okay na natay gamma, therefore, masolve na nato si S using what? Using tangent. So, tangent gamma is equal to opposite, that is 600, over adjacent, that is S. Therefore, what is our S? That is 600 over tangent of 46.15. And our S is equal to 518.708 mm. And that is our final answer. Okay, so let's just check if our answer is correct. Our answer is equal to 515 mm. Or, sakto ba? Wait. Our answer is 515. Ano 515 man? That is 519 dapat. Okay, correction. That is 519. That's not 550. Okay, so wala man tayo sa of the day. That is 519. Kasi na-typo lang. Okay, sorry na po. Okay, so now let's proceed with our next example or last example. Our last example. Okay, so that is our last example. So, okay, so I guess that's the end of our discussion. Okay, that's our discussion with Module 2. So, see you in your next quiz. Alright, so see you on our next video.